Nigeria is one of the biggest oil producers in Africa, yet the country still imports most of the fuel it uses. How is it possible for a country with so much crude oil to depend on fuel from other countries? The answer is more complicated than most people think. Nigeria is one of the largest oil producers in Africa and has massive crude oil reserves. The country produces millions of barrels of crude oil every day and exports much of it to countries around the world. Organizations like the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries even include Nigeria as one of their major members. But having crude oil is not the same as having petrol. To understand why, we need to look at what happens after crude oil is extracted. Crude oil cannot be used directly in cars or generators. It must first go through a process called refining. Refineries convert crude oil into petrol, diesel, kerosene, aviation fuel. Unfortunately, Nigeria has struggled with refinery capacity for many years. Many of the government refineries have either been underperforming or completely inactive. Because of this, Nigeria often exports crude oil but imports refined fuel. When Nigeria exports crude oil and imports refined fuel, the country loses a lot of money. The government or private marketers have to buy refined fuel from other countries, transport it back to Nigeria, and distribute it across the country. This increases the final price consumers pay at filling stations. It also makes fuel prices highly sensitive to global oil markets. Recently, a major refinery project was completed by billionaire businessman Aliko Dangote. The refinery, known as the Dangote Refinery, aims to reduce Nigeria's dependence on imported fuel. If it operates at full capacity, it could refine enough fuel to supply Nigeria and even export to other African countries. However, it may still take time before the full impact is felt across the economy. So the real reason Nigeria imports fuel is not because the country lacks oil. It is mainly because refining capacity has been limited for many years. But with new refinery projects and investments in energy infrastructure, the situation could slowly begin to change. And the future of Nigeria's fuel industry may look very different in the coming years. If you enjoyed this explanation, subscribe to African Economy Explained for more videos breaking down Africa's economy, business, and money.